Ready? Yeah, well, you know what? I was watching the polls this morning. You know, they don't really mean that much to me. And it seems the whole impeachment process is split, right?
Well, it is.
You got 47% are willing, they agree with impeaching and removing them.
Yeah.
And you got what, 42?
Yeah, 42 or 43.
Whatever. It's very close. Give or take a margin of error.
What you're doing is talking about Republicans and Democrats.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, one Republican voted to even investigate.
Well, Trump, apparently before the vote, he was busy on the phone.
Handed out a bunch of money.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say. You see? But again, I got to say, if he gets away with it, Mike, that's going to give the green light for future presidents.
Are you kidding? If he gets away with this,
Yeah.
the Americans is over.
Yeah, exactly.
It's over.
Yeah, the
They'll
American
have no moral fortitude for anyone. No one
World-
will listen
world-
to them.
worldwide.
World leaders will go, "You're a corrupt bastard like Brazil."
Yeah,
They're not
yeah.
going to include him in the European nations.
No,
They're
and then
gonna-
Europeans made it quite clear to the Trump administration, or
I mean,
whoever they they
Angela
correspond
Merkel
with.
said it when she met him a year ago. She walked out and gave a press conference and she said, "Don't count on the states. We are alone."
Is that my folder?
Yeah,
Did you get it?
where is it?
Is it Chad Baker?
Yes.
Tell him I'll call him back.
Yes, Tash is not available right now. She indicated she will call you back when she's finished doing her thing. Okay? Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay. Anyways, so here we go. Am I still going here? Or did I put this on pause?
Anyway, what I was saying to you the other day is we should just go get some takeout food from the Greek restaurant, bring it to my place and watch the hockey game.
Oh, and tonight?
Well, not tonight, but
Whenever, yeah. See, tonight I got to go to my neighbor's.
Yeah,
It's
no,
just
no, I
great.
remember you
But
saying
next
that.
next time.
yeah, no, I
Let's
mean,
do that next game.
we'll just stop. Yeah, next game we'll just
Yeah.
stop, get some food, we'll eat it at my place,
Sure.
watch the game, kind of thing,
Yeah.
and
No, that sounds good. Like I went shopping last night, and like I mentioned to you, the superstore was dead because everybody's doing
Oh,
the
yeah.
Halloween
Yeah,
gig, right?
absolutely.
Smaller circle, it's very easy for that step not to do the
Yes,
overreach.
it's
by
very
the
nice
eight
here. Normally I do my shopping like about 7 o'clock in the morning.
closes up.
You go in the afternoon, good luck finding a parking
oh,
spot. So that's why I'll do all my shopping early mornings.
oh yeah, no,
You
no,
know,
I'll do that. Well, I'm so well set up because I've got an IGA around 200th right at the end of the road, very close to my house.
well, can you walk there?
So, well, no, I mean it's about 3 kilometers from my house,
Oh,
but
I
still
see.
on the way home,
Yeah.
I stop there every night,
Yeah, yeah.
and of course it's every.
So you pick
fucking-
up sort of daily things.
every day, yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Every
So
day,
everything is fresh.
every day I go by that store. So
okay.
I just thought that's the last stop, and they always say, "How you doing today?" And
Yeah.
now they don't ask me because I always say, "When you see me in your store, I'm declaring victory." That's what I tell them all the time. When you see me,
Yeah.
the day is done. The next stop is all about me.
Yeah, because they know you after a while.
Oh,
It
yeah, of
becomes
course they
kind
do.
of an intimate relationship you have with the
Yeah,
store,
exactly, yeah.
employees and yourself.
No, you're there every day. Hey, how you doing?
That's turned out to be a nice day.
Oh
Fuck,
God,
it
I'm
was
sitting
cold
here
this
going,
morning.
"Oh man."
Here comes Jill.
And I go jogging every afternoon kind of thing, at about 4 o'clock, and I'm going, "Oh my God." When you're jogging down the road in this weather.
She comes all the way from North Van
I know.
just to feed her horse and do
And
whatever
to hang
she
out.
needs.
But
and
she
hang
tells
out.
me all the time, she goes, "Mike, I love it so much just hanging out with the horses." And I said, "Jill, I know what you do on the other end of your life, and I know where she lives because I did a job past her place last year."
Oh, okay. So you know the area.
I said, "You come down there every day?" She goes, "Yeah, a lot of traffic in the afternoon." I go, "Are you kidding?"
Yeah,
He's the worst.
yeah. That's why all my sisters and my brother live in North Van, and every time I go and visit them, I always make a point of going in the weekends. I've never considered going during the week.
No
way.
right?
So I go early.
Even when I went and did that job up there, I refused to work on that. I told him I'm not coming up here on the weekday.
Yeah.
But it's quite busy because your hands are
No, Mike, getting back to the American politics, I honestly think my gut tells me he's not going to make it in 2020. That's my gut feeling right now.
Well, the one thing I do see perhaps being real is one of these criminals, because remember, New York's got a grand jury on him right now.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're subpoenaing stuff that's like, and he can't stop it, and every judge has turned against him. Said, fuck you. As much as see that judge yesterday tell his lawyer, the judge laughed at that lawyer. Yeah. And when because Trump's lawyers have been making up phrases that don't exist in law. And so he said, you can't investigate my client because he has absolute immunity. And the judge breaks out laughing and she goes, Mr. So-and-so, or whatever that lawyer's name is, there is no, how did she put it? Like, there's no written of that thing whatsoever.
Yep. Yep.
Like, of your expression does not exist in law. It exists only in your head. And she was laughing at the guy, and I'm going, oh,
well, good for her.
That's not a good sign when the judge breaks out laughing.
No. Of course, they try. They'll try. Oh, there's a horse coming. They'll try anything. Gonna watch Baba. Here. She's going in that way. Okay.
Yeah, she just replaced you.
You bad greasy dog, you dirty little dog, you Jack Russell Terrier.
Yeah. No, I think with all these public hearings and when they testify and the questions both sides can ask, I think it's going to reveal to a lot of people, especially the Trump supporters who don't get at, who never watch these hearings.
Well, they won't care because, again, you got to understand. A woman, one of the Christian evangelical women said it the other day when they interviewed her and said, how can you support Trump when he's committed a million rapes and been accused of this and that?
Yeah.
She said, when I vote for Trump, I'm not looking for a husband, I'm looking for a bodyguard.
Oh,
quote.
There you go.
He's going to protect us from those gays, the socialists, the this, the commies, the blacks. You know what I mean? He's our bodyguard, she said. So, what do you want for a bodyguard? Somebody mean and unreasonable, right?
Yeah, somebody bullshits. Yeah, that's true.
That's the scary thing I've heard.
Yep.
Okay, so this rain to the left is the more problematic rain for you because you're on your left hand, okay? I'll tell you agree with that?
This is my worst side?
Exactly. Yeah. Because of what I just said, because the left-hand side of you is a little bit weaker than the right-hand side. You find the side a little bit more complicated than the other side. For that reason, we're going to go to cross this time out on this side. Okay. Work with it. Okay. So when you're ready, let's pick up the trot. So you want to feel it down and step right, or just like that. That's good. Right and trot. Good job. Slow the trot down and come back to walk. Try and turn that frame as you do so. Good, and walk on. Yeah.
If I ignore you, it's because I can't hear the... That's fine.
You did great there. What you need to do is give yourself like a gauge. You know that generally within one revolution of this circle, at some stage in that circle, she's going to try and get something out of that. Feel that.
Yeah.
It's very seldom you get a whole circle where you've got that submission and she just holds that. Somewhere on the circle, usually somewhere over here, you're coming past the gate and away from the mounting block. It's that kind of right away where you're having to fight a bit more. Then you get the submission and she carries it all the way through here. Sometimes it's over here, you come up the little rise there. Just a few again. But generally on this circle, there's once or twice through the circle and she does it to you, where she tries to press up.
Yeah.
Those are the areas that you've got to focus on trying to persuade her that she doesn't need to do that.
Okay.
And, you know, it's not just a matter of sitting on the horse and riding around and running a posting and this that. You're focusing on trying to keep the consistency of that horse in a pack. Okay? And it takes a lot of mind and
I smelled something good.
and seeks coordination to
Eh?
pull that together.
Yeah, I know. I smelt it.
I had my pipe in there and I
That's what it
wanted to clean it out kind of thing, and I
You get your
burned the match right through it.
yeah. You get it from Let's and Bill.
can still building a muscle.
Yeah, no, I have that. Some of that needs stuff.
Oh, okay. Is it good? You like it?
It's a change from the other stuff.
Yeah, it is.
You know, that's like I said, it's a bit more physical kind of thing.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
do another one and the instructor said do another 10.
Yeah.
That's where she's at. You know, and that's why
That's-
she's
boy,
wanting
it's
to
a
come
nice
out of
day.
it. And
Oh
you're
yeah,
saying,
no, it's
stay
just
there,
stunning
stay
today.
there,
Because it was
stay
freaking
there.
cold this morning. It was white frost everywhere.
Oh, I know. Fuck, when I mean, I was out at 5 this morning with the dog, right?
Yep.
And this fucking dog, every night, like 11:30, I went to bed last night, and last night I took her out. She always shits and pisses at about 11 o'clock at night,
Okay.
every night.
Okay.
Walks straight across the yard into the corner.
She has her own
Boom.
little spot.
Oh yeah, absolutely fastidious, like same
Yeah.
spot.
Yeah.
Knows as soon as she's outside, I gotta go pee and go. But last night, for the first time, instead of running in the house and running back up onto the couch or in the living room, she immediately bolted to the right and ran to the end of my bed and started jumping up, meaning time to go to bed now.
Oh.
And she loves the bed, right?
Okay. So
And so I said, okay. So I threw her on the bed. She ran right up to the pillow, curled up on it, and just laid down. Like, I don't give a fuck where you go, but it's bedtime now.
well, there you go.
And she gets in the bed. So I said, oh, we now know the bed.
You could have become about to roll over.
Well, so I get in and I get under and I make her sleep on the blanket outside.
Yeah.
And then I roll over and she cuddles up beside me kind of thing. She'll sleep there all night till about 5.
Yeah.
When she will walk up gently and start to pull at my mustache
Oh,
like this, right?
Jesus.
She comes up every morning and
Yeah.
starts doing this really gently, like
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
mustache.
Yeah.
And I always go, and I wake up and go, okay.
Yeah.
And I know she's gonna. And so outside, she's gonna piss and shit right now. But then she wants to back in the bed because now she wants to spend the next hour,
With
oh, you know, like this, laying back on the pillow. Because she knows I'm a little friendlier to her. Like when they're both sleeping, I ain't gonna play with you or fuck all. But now she knows she's gonna lounge. So she just loves to lounge beside me for another hour.
Well, that's that's all
6:30.
bonding with you, right?
And she's just like so happy. Oh, yes.
She's so yeah.
You know, I'm going, okay, you're a little princess kind of lounging
exactly,
away.
Exactly.
And she wants to lay and lick my face and, just be affectionate kind of thing, Whereas in the middle of the day, it's like, kill, chase, attack the guy, it's just, but yeah, that time in the morning, she's very coquettish. She's a very female dog.
Yeah. Well, the females, I find the females in the canines are more loyal.
Oh.
And that's my experience.
And you know what? They know their minds so much quicker than the males. Like they know who they are. Like,
and they're more
I am
tentative
me.
because it's the maternal instinct they have when, being a female. It's like, dogs are from Mars. And,
yeah, absolutely.
And,
well, I mean, yeah, because we're totally
males of
hormonally
Venus.
wired different ways.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're hardwired in a certain way.
I'll tell you something. When they went into the U.S. space program in the 1950s, NASA did a number of studies because they were looking at long-time space work. And they tested men and women for their adaptability to long time in space.
Mm-hmm.
The women far exceeded the men on almost every scale.
Yeah.
Working collectively, working to solve problems, like on and on and on. And by the way, Time magazine published a study about 4 or 5 years ago, but it had been a buried study by NASA from 1953.
Why would they do that?
Well, precisely because, that's what one of the reporters said to NASA. Why the fuck didn't you, if women were so superior on all these levels,
Yeah.
why
didn't
didn't
you
we
publish
use women?
it? Yeah, exactly.
And why didn't you publish? And he said, are you kidding? And this is what the guy from NASA said. He said, this is 1953. And he said, we were going before Congress to ask for $1 billion. You think you go before Congress and ask for $1 billion for women?
So politics.
Oh yeah, he admitted it right away. He said, yeah. And now, of course, women are really, they had an all-woman spacewalk last week.
Well, absolutely.
You know
I
what
saw
I mean,
the
now-
two of them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Trump goes, Trump says to that woman on the phone call to space, he goes, "Oh, it's so incredible. You're the first woman to walk in space." And did you see that interview? And she breaks in and goes, "Well, no,
It's not the first, Harry.
we're not the first."
No,
you fucking
exactly.
idiot.
You
Like,
fucking
get your
loser.
research right.
That's
You're the
fucking
president
right.
of the United
And
States.
you see his spelling, hey, on his
Oh!
Twitter account.
Are you kidding?
It's fucking, you know, Jimmy Kimmel always makes fun because he posts on the on his television on his eulogy, eulogy and his opening statements that he says, "Look, here's some more of Trump's."
Go read the
spelling."
Palmer Report. You ever read the Palmer Report?
I once.
Pamer.
Yep.
Well, there's about 5 writers, and they all write through the Palmer Report, and they write about 40 stories a day on Trump.
Yeah.
And they are wired. They got info, like
Oh,
their
yeah.
intel, like whatever they get their.
Well,
shit.
they've got the connections too, don't they?
And whatever, I've come to rely on old Palmer Report. They're very rarely wrong about any projection they make about what's happening. And it's a running. It's like every hour and a half they've got a story up. Okay, this is happening now. That's happening.
And it comes from very legit. Sources.
Yeah. I mean, the Palmer Report has been quoted now by a whole number of top magazines, and they're quite. Just look them up. They're a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, what he's got now 16,000 lies Trump's made since office, and that's not counting all the lies he was shooting out before he actually ran for office. Right?
Well, I mean, this is a guy who used to call radio stations to be other people bragging about Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Like even that guy when he became John Barron.
Yeah.
When he became John Barron,
Oh.
and he calls the radio station about all the women that throw themselves at Donald Trump and everything. Like,
Last night on CNN, he was Coop Anderson.
yeah.
Was interviewing Bannon. My God, did you ever?
Oh, I heard some. I
Did
had
you
to turn it away.
go? Yeah, I know. That's what I did. I can't take this shit
I'm
anymore.
listening
I
to
changed
a
the channel.
Nazi cocksucker.
That's right.
And I'm mad at Anderson for going, say this, say
Yeah,
that,
I
say
know,
this,
I know,
get.
I know. I thought this is not a good
Oh
interview.
no! Well, this is the guy. By the way, this is the guy who's choreographing the whole thing.
Yeah. Oh, of course he is in the back.
With
He's in the
he's with
background.
Trump.
Oh, of course he is.
Trump and this Bannon
Yeah.
were funded by those 3 billionaire right-wing cocksuckers.
Yeah.
Edelman, Conrad Edelman,
Yeah.
the Koch brothers,
Yeah.
and some others. And they're as right-wing as they come, and they're running the whole show.
Yeah.
I mean, his money is unlimited.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, he was advertising the other day during the World Series.
But I was listening to it in Anderson Cooper last night, listening to trying to get, again, same question. Do you think it's right for any sitting president? You know,
Yeah.
and you know what? He just kept going.
Yeah. No.
And they all
yeah,
do it.
Yeah.
All the
it's-
Republicans do it. They never
called-
give a straight answer.
it's-
It always goes around.
Well, look, Socrates identified that syndrome, and he called it circularity. And he said it just keeps going round and round
Yeah,
with no
circles.
facts to
No.
get in its way.
No, exactly.
That's what Socrates
That's
called
right,
that.
that's right.
And it's a way of.
But you know what? A lot of politicians talk like that. So if a reporter asks a specific, direct question to a politician, you know, some of these guys, especially, been in politics for so many years, they know the game. They always never give a straight answer. They just beat around the bush, or they go somewhere else. And it's
I
frustrating.
want to say one thing about that, because I've been an elected alderman.
Yeah.
And I run for politics provincially and federally, and a lot of times when somebody comes up to you and asks you a political question, like why did such and such happen?
Yeah.
So many things went on to cause that situation that it's not often easy just to give us, because people want 26-word answer.
Yeah.
It went on this and that, this and that, you know. So when you're like city politics, for instance, you know, when I was on council, we were spending $1 billion because we were building the coal port,
Yeah.
and there was a lot of politics around the coal port, and you know, environmentalists against it, and you know, on and boy, when you're in the middle of all that shit.
Yeah.
I've been there,
You're-
and
yeah.
people want they want simplicity in their answers,
Well,
and
of
you
course.
go, boy,
But
this is
there's all these politicians, doesn't matter what country, especially here in, you know, the Canadians do it. Canadian politicians do it all the time. When there's some journalists who are asking them a direct question, yes or no, or do you agree with it, yes or no, they always beat around the bush and they never give you a direct answer. But like you said, it's a circular, what do you call it?
circularity.
Yeah, circularity. So, you know, they all do it.
Well, I said that's what Socrates called
Yeah.
The circle just keeps going around and round with no facts to interrupt it.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know,
Yes.
like, so
Exactly.
And so it's just
But-
it's a methodology they're using against you, right?
But I watched this interview with Anderson Cooper and Bannon, and I thought, I can't watch this shit anymore.
I know, I couldn't
can't
either.
do it. It just keeps going, and he just keeps fucking rambling on.
Well, you know what it is, and all of these tactics are taken directly out of the Soviet Union and Russia, right?
Of
They've
course.
already used them all. The circularity method of logic and on and on. Like these are methodologies that the Russians have used. They, you know, and yet they're experimenting when they start in Africa, right? Because they can get away with anything in Africa.
Yep.
So they actually do these, and then they go, okay, we can apply this to this, and you know, here's how we'll fuck up the truth here. Because conservatism wants nothing to do with the facts.
No.
They want to enshrine their class as the dominant class. That's what's going on here.
Yeah.
Trump's going to run all us. Democracy's not going to run him. Look, these people believe in property art.
Yeah.
And they say, what the fuck will we go through all the problem of getting all the property if I don't get the political power that comes with all the property? And this is the problem with democracy. It says, no, you don't get all the power no matter how much property you've got if democracy is properly carried out.
My neighbor asked me a couple days ago. She was on vacation. She's a elderly lady, and she goes to the States a lot. She has a dual citizenship, so she goes to the States and visits her daughter in Oregon. She asked me a couple days ago, do you think Trump is a spy for Russia? And I said, you know what? That's
He's the
not,
clumsiest one in history.
yeah, you know what?
Because he's so obviously pro-Russian.
Yeah, but I know he is so pro-Russian. And the first thing when Baghdadi, when they got him, it wasn't really Trump. It was the Pentagon, blah, blah, blah,
Exactly.
everybody. So it wasn't really the president. But one thing he did when he did his post, when he did that interview and he let the world know that Baghdadi has gone. He blew himself up with a couple of kids.
Right.
And the first, he thanked the Russians initially.
Yes,
and
I know. I remember.
He thanked Russia first.
Yes, I know.
So everything he does and his actions are to make sure that
To kowtow to
Putin
Putin.
don't get Putin upset. And Putin must love. This is why I said to her, this is why Putin and China, North Korea, they want him in power.
He's never made a decision that hasn't been 100% worked out for
No, nothing.
Putin.
No.
Yeah,
So
and I
this
mean,
is
if that's what
this
you're
is why
sounding.
they interfered in the
Of
2016
course,
elections.
but they'd already interfered in elections in Africa, and they'd already interfered in Brexit. And as
Oh,
a matter
yeah,
of fact,
Brexit,
look what's going on with Brexit,
Yeah,
because people
Brexit.
are now saying, hey, they were so involved, we might have to do it again.
Yes.
Like, I'm going, oh, what?
Fuck yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's all over last night kind of thing about how the Russians got in.
Oh, the Russians are
Worked
just
with
so
Farage
they're fucking
and-
happy. They get part of fucking.
Well, Russia can do. You see, here's the thing: armies are expensive, so it can cost $1 billion to have a military campaign. For a couple of tens million dollars, you can buy a country if you find the right guys to sell out to you. And by the way, that's what the Russians are doing, because understand, Rudy Giuliani's two partners who just got arrested. What are they being arrested for? Putting $350 million of Russian money through Republican Party
Yes, exactly.
influence peddling.
And you think the Republicans would fucking just sit down and have a long look at themselves in
I
the
know,
mirror
I know, but
and
they-
say, are you just concerned about your fucking seats? Or are you concerned about America? They don't have
Oh,
any,
they've
they
already
don't
given
give a
up that-
They've
that-
given up America.
Yeah, no,
but,
that's-
but like what you mentioned earlier, if Trump ever gets in again, the whole world is going to turn their back. Now, here's another rumor I heard, Mike. Turkey, they're a part of NATO. And the Americans have an airfield there. They have a base there. There's been talk now to kick America out of there because Putin's putting this is all a rumor. Putin's put a pressure on Aragon to possibly oust the Americans from their country.
Oh,
and to get
Putin
out of
would
NATO.
love the Americans out of
To
NATO.
get out of NATO.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is what I'm hearing now.
No, that's an open campaign by the Russians to get Turkey out of NATO. That's
That's
why
right.
Russia's selling them all these planes, and that's why the Americans are mad at Turkey, because they're going to buy these planes instead of buying the American planes that fit the
Together,
NATO
yes,
profile.
yeah, but
I
they
mean,
won't-
this is all, and Erdogan's playing everybody off against each other.
He's ruthless. He's a fucking.
Well, you know how many
corrupt-
fucking people he's
Oh,
in prison just for being a school teacher?
Oh, I know.
I mean, this, that.
Remember he was in the States, and he took all his entourage of bodyguards, and there were some protesters.
I saw it, I remember.
Oh, you saw that?
Yep.
eh? Holy fuck!
I remember, yeah, that's,
And of course, he's immune to all the. Any
Well,
kind
yeah,
of-
because he's passed all these laws. You can't insult him,
You
or that's
can't.
against the government of Turkey. All the laws
Oh, I
Trump
know.
would love to have in the state.
Absolutely.
And
But this is the thing I'm hearing. So if Russia gets a hold of Turkey, right? Holy fuck! Well, that's that Russia. I mean, Putin's just fucking rubbing his hands together.
Well, we're going to war. I mean, that's what's going on. Anybody knows that. All the NATO people know we're going to war. I mean,
Sooner or later.
Well, yeah, no, but I mean soon, because you can't have a vacuum this big and not have a fucking people try to fill it, and that'll cause aggression. I mean, for instance, what if the Russians go more heavily into the Ukraine?
There again.
What's going to
There you go.
happen?
Yeah.
Well, kaboom!
Yeah, absolutely.
And the incredible thing is, one of the defenses that the Ukrainians have against Russia are these Stinger missiles, because they can take out tanks from about 2 miles away, and they need a bunch of them because Russia's got a big tank army sitting on their border on their own country.
Yeah.
And that's what the guy said to Trump during the phone call. He said, "We are ready to buy more Stinger missiles from you," and Trump's answer is, "Yes, but I'd like you to do us a favor, though."
Yes, yes,
Quote.
yes. Quote.
Like, this
Yeah.
is exactly what happened. And
Yeah.
the guy's going, "We need weapons."
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to
Yeah.
suck my dick first.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
you're going to die.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, whoa, you criminal cocksucker.
Yeah, yeah. Well, a lot of
you are leveraging public money
Yeah.
for your private campaign.
Yeah. Like you said,
Money that was passed by Congress, by the way, to
yeah,
go.
yeah.
This is criminal beyond measure, but if
Well,
the Republicans are prepared to say that this is all right,
Yeah.
well, guess what? Murder's all right.
Yeah.
Rape's all right.
Oh yeah, you know what? I think, in my opinion, this is my opinion. If
fact,
if Trump gets in, okay, throughout history, as you know, every powerful nation, country, sooner or later has their downfall. Do you? I think seriously, if Trump ever gets in again, when all the European countries, especially NATO, they kind of put their hands up to America. They got no more respect for America. I think that could be the start
Rogue
of
nation.
America's downfall.
Oh, start. It's
With China and
The
Russia.
institutions are being torn to pieces
Yeah,
right now.
right now.
It'll take a generation to rebuild the Department
Oh,
of
yeah.
Justice,
Oh, more than
State
yeah.
Department.
Well, that's what a lot of the Democrats are saying now.
He's gutted it right out.
He's gutted it out.
He hasn't replaced anybody.
no.
He's let everybody retire.
Well, most of his followers and his legal lawyers are in jail.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you absolutely like, look at Roy Cohen. His dad's lawyer, dad's lawyer died disbarred and dishonored.
You're going to do one more circle, and you're going to take it large
So
around the
Ian's really
arena.
appreciating our commentary here.
When
He's
you
sitting
walk
there.
around, you're
She'll
gonna
learn
ride
something.
down this long side next time.
Yeah, well, I got the thing going. There's close to
Don't let
27 minutes.
Pick up your straight
27
line
minutes
and ride
plus.
the straight line. Don't come
gotta
onto
go
the
check that.
circle
All right.
and then back.
up there in the box.
You're going down the long side. Keep going. Down the long side. That's it.
You'll be okay with the tractor in a circle one.
Okay? You'll be fine with the tractor.
I will.
Just gotta walk towards Baba and make sure she doesn't get run over by the gator. Come over here, puppy. Come over here. Watch out, there's a gator coming. Good girl.
Okay, one more time. Sorry, I know I'm irritated.
Stay here. Good girl. Make sure you don't get run over.
What day? What's happening?
Nice and quiet.
And come back to walk. So as you come back to walk, just keep that feel there that she doesn't pop off and get out of breath. Fine, secure. And it's difficult to do. Then you come down one. Down and cross the walk. And down, cross. circle to change the rein again.
I'm gonna try to put my reins over here for a little bit. That's right, yeah.
Okay, and then you have time to get the truck. Before you go to the truck, just walk a minute. Walk.
Oh, you got her out here, eh?
Just fascinated by seeing the fast off my board.
Sit out a little bit longer this time. That's it. Good. Well done. Give her a cat.
Good girl.
Go forward.
Give her a reward.
Oh.
A cat. A cat.
You have to scream at me, I can't even hear it.
Awesome.
Is that it?
Not yet.
Yes?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I can't hear you.
You have to scream Nike
Yeah.
when you're finished.
Get him. Okay, well, I gotta do. She got over a half hour or 32 minutes so far.
Hello, puppy. Hello, puppy. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Can't get over the passion in my voice. Just stare right there. Yep. Well,
Dad, when you ride your circles, and I say go live, be very aware
come on, we'll go down and visit.
that when you're going to ride live, the curve out of that circle ends here. And then I got to pick up the straightener.
Where's she? Oh, she's wait. Oh, yeah, she's with her horse.
A little bit like this,
Yeah.
Come on in.
and then go like this. Both ways. Yeah. So it's like she thinks she's going on the circle. You wait for it to start the circle to correct it. And then like a big girl. Look at her. Back on that quarter mark. Then right.
It's cute, eh? The little ass wiggling.
But it all comes from there. You can't, there's not a lot you can do with your hands. When you come out of there and then find your place,
God, it's a beautiful day, eh?
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
be aware of that. And you kind of see where your steps are. I mean, look,
Was it busy last night at the
No,
restaurant?
Dad, because it was the, Valentine's, Halloween, right?
Yeah.
now they go back towards the fence. Look at these ones down here. Back towards the fence. Okay? And it's the same on that side.
Funny. Never
Okay.
noticed that.
So you come around and I say, okay, you're going large, and in your mind you are, but you wait for her to start the circle and then correct it instead of getting it correct back there.
Okay.
In your own time. That's something you can work on, okay?
That's funny.
It'll walk
That's
the
why
circle.
you stood on the rail, right beside the rail last night.
Right away from
Huh?
trot once more. Right, I want one circle and then take it large. And show me you can ride that line down the wrong side without getting the circle going.
Well, that was good. Did you see my sister, how tough she got right
I
there?
just told her. She needs to.
Oh, look how lovely that looks.
That's what it creates. Creates respect. Okay, down the long side.
Long side.
Down the long side, go large. You know, in Zimbabwe, we would have what they call an RPG-7 rocket launcher. And that would go meow.
Boom. Yeah.
I had my customers I served last night are from Zimbabwe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were quite lovely.
They've got an excellent elephant rehab center in Zimbabwe. Yeah, they doing a lot of good work there.
Oh, there's a lot of good things happening. In amongst all the turmoil, there's a lot of good things
Well,
happening.
you got the poachers there, so they're trying to.
Good job. Steady. Balance it. There we go. Balance it again. Come on now. It's going to come back. And into your circle.
Natasha, see who it is.
Let's see. Oh, yay.
Good. And back to walk. Come back to walk. Good. Change the rein through the circle.
Did you do Haley already?
No.
Oh,
We're doing her first because the farrier comes at 1 for her.
right. Yeah, I just finished with the farrier.
Change your rein through the circle.
Oh, I thought you said, okay, let's not worry about what I thought
Once
you
more in the
said.
other direction. Ride one circle, then down the long side to go large and finish it on a circle. So in your own time, out of that walk, pick up your trot, ride a complete circle and then take it down the long side.
Well, where's Tony?
Hold on.
You get tired with that too.
At least it was a more steady.
Keep your heels down though. When you do those downward transitions, you're standing on your toes, heel down, and that will going to create a little bit more for your feet with that downward transition, and that will work better for you. The moment you ride up onto your toe, you are tipping forward. So she's wanting to run on, you're saying stop, but she's running on because your balance is tipping forward.
Okay.
You got to sink into your heel to keep that weight back a bit and keep the balance right. Okay, let her walk on a long rein. And leave her there for today.
Oh, you mean the wrestling match
Did
is
you
over?
do your long side?
Yes,
Oh, I didn't see it.
you were looking at your
Looks
phone.
good. Here's your money.
Is that it, Ian?
That's it for her.
All right, that's a 40-minute